So for today's meditation, we'll do, it's usually called the stretch and breath meditation. And I'll ring the bell to officially start us. So usually it's best to start this practice from a standing position, but of course you can do it sitting if doing the standing, not just be the first 10 or 15 minutes standing, but if that's going to be painful or difficult for some reason, of course you can do it sitting. And also all the stretches we do can be modified. Don't sort of push yourself to stretch your body in a way that's going to cause an injury or worsening of pain, especially if you have any injuries or health issues. Be aware of your body's limitations and look and aware of what you need to do to look after yourself. But to start off, and for the first part of the meditation as well, you of course can have your eyes open. May work better that way, both in terms of balance and perhaps seeing what I'm doing on the screen. But as you stand, or whatever position you're in, just be aware of your body's position. So for example, standing, you might notice that the feeling of your whole body, the feeling of your feet making contact with the floor or whatever you're standing on, feeling that pressure on the bottom of your feet. Notice maybe even details like where exactly you feel that. Feel your legs supporting you. And notice, just feel your arms and hands. But for now, letting your arms just be loose. And feel your whole torso, your back, your belly, your chest. And in doing so, notice your posture. Maybe trying to stand fairly upright. Also notice the movement that you feel as you're breathing with each breath. You may feel some movement of your belly or your chest or both. Sensations that occur as the lungs inflate and deflate. And notice your neck and your whole head and face. Feel your neck supporting your head. Notice if there's any tension. Notice that especially if there's any tension in your face. Sometimes we hold tension in our jaw or mouth or around the eyes or forehead. And see if you can just let that relax. And remember that the aim of this whole meditation, and really the aim of all mindfulness meditations, is to just be more mindful, to be aware and notice your moment-to-moment experiences. Be an observer, but be an observer with just an open and curious attitude rather than expecting things to go a certain way or rather than judging or evaluating. And for the sake of this first part of the meditation, particularly focusing on body sensations, although you'll notice other things coming up too, of course. Maybe now feeling particularly your arms and your hands and shoulders, and then as you feel it, continue to feel it as you raise your arms up. So kind of keeping your elbows straight and just lifting your arms to your sides and continuing up and up until you're reaching up with your hands overhead. And how intensely you reach up and stretch is up to you. Go by with how your body feels. Sometimes it sort of feels good to intensify a stretch. You're kind of pushing the limits of your body in a way that can be helpful. But if you start feeling too much pain, too much discomfort, that may be a sign to ease off. So being mindful of what your body's telling you, and particularly feeling the specific sensations through your shoulders and arms and hands as you hold your arms in this position. If you need to put your arms down at some point, you can also do that. If you feel okay holding them up a little bit longer, see what that feels like. And then bring the arms back down, taking your time. So as you lower them, feeling them move. Notice that you're controlling them and moving your arms. You can feel them the whole way through the movement until they're resting by your sides again. And notice how your hands and arms feel now. And notice any differences compared to when you started. Or you might notice other changes in your body. Actually feeling your whole body right now as it is. Just in touch with your body. Including the sensations of breathing. Feeling your breath move in and out. And then we'll do another stretch just with the right arm. So again, lifting it upwards. And then as you reach up towards the ceiling with the fingers of your right hand, if you want, you can let your left heel come off the ground a little bit. And notice how that feels to kind of lengthen your body even more. Just experiencing the sensations. And if thoughts are coming up, that's okay. You don't have to push them away, but just acknowledge it. Okay, those are thoughts. And then leave them alone. You can let the thoughts buzz around, but letting them go and instead focusing on your body and bringing the arm down now and focusing on the sensations of movement, how it feels. And there might be a feeling of relief, sort of a pleasant feeling when you let the arm just relax again. And notice how your right arm feels now. There might be some warmth or other sensations in the muscles. Notice any difference between the right and the left arm. And anytime your mind wanders off, if you get lost in thoughts or your attention wanders somewhere else, whenever you notice that's happened, just come back to your body again. Now focusing on your body as you raise the left arm. So we'll do the same stretch now on this side. Reaching up. Make sure you don't hold your breath. So keep breathing. See if you can let the rest of the body be as relaxed as possible so that you only tighten the muscles you need to hold the arm up like this, to stretch. And again, notice how it feels and where you feel the sensations. And then bringing the arm down, feeling it move, and feeling it letting go at the end. And just experiencing what that's like. Feeling both your arms, your hands. Feeling your body overall. You might notice some changes from having exerted yourself. You might notice your body feeling warmer, or maybe a change in your breathing rate or heart rate. And just being aware of whatever is coming up for you. And then from here, bringing both arms up one more time. If you're able to, reaching overhead, reaching the arms straight up. And then from here, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just leaning to one side. So kind of letting your body create a bit of a curve. And if you want, you can clasp your hands together, or you can just keep them apart if you like. Particularly notice where you feel the stretching. Just relaxing into it. And then breathing in, coming up. And as you breathe out, leaning to the other side. And then just breathing naturally again, feeling the sensations. And then breathing in, coming up. And breathing out, bring the arms down. And notice how that feels when you just let them go again. Letting all those muscles relax in your shoulders and your arms. Feeling your arms. Feeling your whole body. And notice the sensations of breathing as well. Feeling your breath move in and out. And then from here, just raising your shoulders up. Almost like you're shrugging, trying to bring your shoulders towards your ears. And you notice certain muscles tighten to do this. Some areas you might feel stretching. And then bring the shoulders back down, letting them relax. And then moving the shoulders towards each other in front. And you might feel some stretching across your upper back when you do this, as the shoulder blades pull away from each other. And then bring the shoulders back down. And then bring the shoulder blades back towards each other, so pulling the shoulders back. You might feel some stretching across the chest. And bring the shoulders back up again. But now continuing in a circle through these positions, taking your time, no rush, whatever pace feels good for you. Trying to feel it the whole way around. And if you want, you could change directions and just reverse the circle. And then let them relax. Just, again, feeling your arms, feeling your body. And from here, we'll just do one more set of stretches, just some gentle neck stretches. So, and as you stretch the neck, be particularly mindful if you have any neck problems or injuries, or just generally to not overdo it when you stretch the neck. But firstly, if you just bring your chin down, kind of lean your head forward, just enough that you get kind of a gentle stretch at the back of the neck. Notice how that feels. And then bringing the head back up to the straight. And then tilting it to the side, to the right or left, whichever you want to do first. So the ear is sort of leaning towards the shoulder. So on the opposite side of the neck, you'll probably feel some stretching. And then tilting the head to the opposite side. Notice how this feels here. Sometimes you might feel one side of the neck is tighter than the other. And then bringing the head down to the front again. And then just continuing through these three positions, gently, slowly. If it makes you dizzy, you can just stop, but otherwise you can kind of rotate through this kind of a semicircle. You can change directions if you want and rotate it the other way. And then coming back up to the upright, more kind of neutral position. Again, checking with your body. Just feel your whole body as it is right now. Be aware of your breathing also. And then from here, if you're standing, moving to a sitting position, and even being mindful of that, notice how it feels to transition. Notice the different muscles involved and movements involved to change positions from standing to sitting. And then once you're sitting comfortably, closing your eyes, or if you prefer, you could half close them and gaze downward. And check in with your posture, trying to sit relatively upright, but also making any adjustments if you need to of your body's position to allow you to be comfortable. And then just bring your attention to the fact that you're breathing. Just feeling it, feeling the in-breath and then the out-breath. One breath after the other. Feeling the sensations of breathing in and out. And that's all, just having all your focus on that, feeling the details. Notice where in your body you feel your breath. As best you can, just letting the breath happen. So not controlling your breath, but just letting your breath happen in its natural rhythm, but being aware of it. See if you can stay with the breath through the whole cycle, feeling it from the start of inhaling right to the end of the inhalation, and then feeling the whole exhalation from the start to the end. Just feeling one breath after the other, staying with it until your mind wanders off, which will probably happen repeatedly. You kind of lose focus, your attention goes somewhere else. And then whenever that happens, when you notice that you're focusing on something else and not aware of your breath anymore, then just start over. At any moment, you can start over just by coming back to this breath that you're taking right now. And then feel the next breath and the next. Notice the different places in your body where you feel your breath. So if you're breathing through your nose, you might feel sensations of the air flowing in and out of the nostrils. Or you might feel movement of your chest or of your belly. So even if your mind wanders off repeatedly, it's okay. Just each time, if you're aware that you're not feeling your breath anymore, your mind has gone somewhere else, just come back again. You might notice sort of that you particularly feel your breath in one area of the body. And you could focus just on that area if you want. Or you can just focus on the breath overall and all the sensations happening. Maybe now letting your awareness expand. So instead of just feeling your breath, open up your awareness in a more wide frame to include your whole body. So that includes the breath sensations, but now being aware of all the other sensations happening all over from head to toe. Sensations on the surface of the body as well as inside. Feeling all the different types of sensations, the various locations. You might feel some sensations are more prominent, more intense, and some are more subtle. Just being open to it all, or coming back to your body if your mind wanders. Just resting in awareness of the whole sensory field of the body. If you, while you're being aware of body sensations, you find that some sensations are coming up that are unpleasant. some kind of pain or discomfort, there are a few options. One option is to actually explore it more, actually bring your attention right into the area of discomfort and just be curious about the details, what exactly it feels like, where it is, noticing if it changes, just letting it be and exploring the details of it. Or another option when there's discomfort is to change your position or do something to ease the pain. But if you do so, you can also aim to do that mindfully with awareness. Even if it's just a simple slight shifting of your position or scratching an itch or something like that. Notice the difference between kind of doing that on autopilot versus with awareness. And while you notice body sensations, whether while you're stretching or just the sensations of breathing or the body as a whole, while you're being aware of that, you're probably aware of other things coming up moment to moment, including other sensory experiences. There's sensations in the body and sensations of touch. But also we have experiences from the rest of our five senses. Things we hear or see or smell or taste. So maybe bringing your focus now to the sense of hearing. In a sense, just noticing sounds, noticing that you are hearing. Just taking in the whole soundscape. Noticing sounds from close by, sounds from further away, sounds coming from various directions. Notice which are the loudest, most prominent sounds. And also notice the most soft, quiet sounds that you can detect. Noticing how sensitive the ears are to detect so much detail about sound. Sounds come and go, and you can hear them. And just being mindful of sound is different than thinking about them. When we think about sounds, we might label them and have all sorts of inner commentary about them, evaluating, judging, just thinking about where they're coming from. But notice how separate from that is just directly perceiving sounds. And throughout the meditation, whatever we were focusing on, you've likely noticed thoughts coming up, maybe all kinds of different thoughts. So for the next part of the meditation, just focusing on thoughts. In other words, being an observer of activity of your mind. Just being curious about whatever thoughts are coming up. So not trying to control them, not trying to hold on to them or push them away, just letting thoughts come and go. Again, maintaining this open, curious attitude of simply being an observer of whatever thoughts your mind produces. You might notice thoughts about past, or thoughts about future events. You might notice some thoughts are pleasant, some are unpleasant, and the rest are just neutral. And you may also notice sometimes, or maybe even frequently, you can kind of get hooked by your thoughts and carried away, sort of swept away in the stream of thinking. And when that happens, we're not usually aware that we're thinking, we're just lost in the thoughts. But if you notice that's happened, that moment of noticing it is a moment of stepping outside the stream again and just watching the stream of thoughts flow by. Maybe letting your awareness now even more open to include whatever you're experiencing. Just laying out the welcome mat for all of it. Thoughts, feelings, sensations, sounds, other experiences. Each moment, all these different experiences come and go. Just sitting in this kind of open awareness, just for the last minute or so of the meditation until you hear the bell ring. And even then, be mindful of the sound of the bell when you hear it. And see if you can be aware, be mindful of what it's like to transition out of the meditation, how it feels physically and emotionally. And continue that observing mode even after the meditation. See if you, perhaps for the rest of the day, if you can be more aware, more awake to the present moment.